Today we're going to talk about eccentric control and how this is the number one most important component of lower body strength to prevent falls and maintain your mobility as you age. If you're new to this channel, I'm Tara. I'm a neurologic physical therapist, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything related to mobility, health, fitness, and mindset with the end goal of empowering you with as many tools as possible to take ownership of your health and your overall mobility. And the number one cause of injury-related deaths over the age of 65 are falls, and eccentric muscle control is part of the problem. So what is eccentric muscle control? Eccentric muscle control is when a muscle can stay contracted as it is lengthening. So my quad right here is lengthening and it's having to contract at the same time. That is eccentric muscle control. And if you think about it, it does make sense that would probably be involved in falls because you have to slow yourself down. That's an eccentric contraction. So I can see how it would be correlated potentially with an increased risk for falling. And so in this video, we are going to go over an exercise routine to work on that eccentric control with the end goal of decreasing your risk for falling. And the first one we are going to do is an eccentric control for your hamstrings. So this is the leg we're working. You're going to just put a weight in your other hand or no weight, depending on your abilities. And you're going to hinge at your hips. Lower that weight and come back up. Now, try not to round at your shoulders because, again, remember, we're really trying to isolate that hamstring and glute back here. So you want to try and have that movement occurring down here, not at your shoulders, okay? So keep that chest up, slight bend in your knee, reach that opposite arm down. All right, that's eccentric control of your hamstrings. All right, and now we're going to combine it because I like to make everything functional. And since we're relating this all to falls, I think this is a good combination of movements. But you're going to step down, it's eccentric control on this leg, and then add that little deadlift and then back up. Okay? And then just step back up, step down, and add the deadlift and come back up. Step down, eccentric, now eccentric on this side, and come back up. All right, and then the next one is curtsy. Now remember, eccentric control, but we're also doing all of this to decrease risk of falling. You can see there's multiple things going on here. Here's that little eccentric, right? But also you're learning how to do what we call a stepping response. So there's 3 different kind of responses that we have when our center of mass is kind of thrown off our base of support. One is we have a hip strategy, meaning that's going to be our first method or reaction to correct our balance. If we're pushed a little bit harder and that's not enough, we will go to what we call a stepping strategy. Okay, and here's the problem that I see with a lot of people is you get those feet crossed, and that's when people get into real trouble just because they're not used to having their feet in this position. They get tangled up. Now they try and step this one. So it's just really good to practice. And so we're going to combine like a crossover step with a little eccentric, okay? So you're just going to cross it behind, bend. Same thing on the other side, cross it behind, bend. Now, I have this weight in both hands. This is for 2 reasons. It's not just to have like weight to make it actually harder, but the other thing this does is it occupies both your hands. And let me tell you, you don't realize that you're not super confident until you have to hold something in both hands. How do I know this? Just working with patients for so long. They look great, their balance looks great, and then I put something in their hands where they have to hold it with both hands, and their confidence just totally goes in the tank. So you know, there's a dual purpose. You don't necessarily have to use something this heavy unless you are trying to add an additional challenge, but just putting something in your hands that requires you to hold on to it with both hands, super, super valuable, and it might be very revealing as far as how confident you are with your balance. So squat, little curtsy, squat. All right, and now we're going to do the same thing going backwards. Step back, step back. Now, depending on your abilities, some of you will be able to go all the way down to your knee and back up, which is super valuable, especially, God forbid, you do end up on the ground. It's a great method to be able to get back up off the ground, but you don't have to. You're still working that eccentric control, even if you start out going just a little bit. And of course, you're working on that stepping backwards component, which is kind of what I said about incorporating that stepping strategy. And then the last one we're going to go over is stepping forward. Right? So you want to get comfortable stepping in all directions. And again, you don't have to go super low, right? But you are working on kind of slowing your body down, that muscle lengthening under tension. Okay? All right, and then the last one of my favorites, I know I show it in a lot of other videos, but it really just works so many components of balance, and that's just a kettlebell swing. So letting it come down, okay? Another great way to challenge those eccentrics. Swing that bell. All right, and then that is it for this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Remember, those eccentrics, super, super valuable if you want to decrease your risk of falling and improve your overall mobility. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell so that you'll get notified every time I upload new videos. I enjoyed spending time with y'all today, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.